What's going on, guys? So I'm here with my boy Asian Persuasion.
What up?
And we are here at YCS Minneapolis with the Pierce McNoggin. And what did you do, bro?
Top 32 Minneapolis.
With what deck?
With Phantom Knight Burning Abyss.
Awesome. You just came off of a top 4 at the 980 person LA regional, so right in the stream.
Which was funnily larger than this YCS.
Yeah,
which is crazy, right?
That's crazy. All right, well, let's just get into your deck.
Alright, so for the Burning Abyss, Burning Abyss monsters, I played 3 Skarm, 3 Farfa. I didn't play 2 because if you banish all Farfas off of Desires, like your Beatrice becomes a lot more lackluster. For the one of Burning Abyss monsters, I played 1 Barbar, 1 Seer, 1 Calcab, 1 Libic, 1 Alec. The only thing I would change, and 1 Graph, of course. The only thing I would change in this lineup is probably a second Libic and cutting the Alec. The Alec was mainly for outing like Vanity's Fiend and other Floodgate monsters and whatnot, like Jowgen, but it's not really necessary. There are tons of other ways to get around it, like Farfa and whatnot, and just like attacking over it with the larger monsters. But Libic extends plays with Phantom Knight monsters if you don't have access to like Phantom Knight monsters or the Speedroids. If you don't have access to Takatomborg or Boots. For the Phantom Knight engine, I played the standard 3-2-1. You never really want a second one of these because there's way too many normal summons. This card, if you play 3, it's exact same situation. But at 2, it's the perfect amount for the engine for searching for Silent Boots. And 3 Silent Boots because it's just the best Phantom Knight. For the Speedroid,
the auto top.
Yeah, Terra Top, auto top. Basically, like last round of Swiss game 3, I opened Terra Top and I top. So
there you go.
It's got to mean something.
Yep.
I
main deck 2 Maxi. This card is just insane in this format, and it only gets better with ABC coming out because they can't really stop. And drawing cards is always good. I play the 1 Tour Guide. Play 3 Pot of Desires. My main reasoning for playing Pot of Desires in this Burning Abyss deck is if you take out the first line of this card, it says draw 2 cards. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pot of Greed's always nice.
Yeah, exactly. I played Allure of Darkness for the same reason, but
It actually, take out the second line of text, it says the same thing.
I would take out the second card that says draw 2 cards because I'm just drawing too many cards.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, like drawing this and like having to banish Burning Abyss monsters is the worst feeling. And like it's only really good with Phantom Knights. And I play a minimal Phantom Knight engine, so it's not the best. And I play 45 cards, so like drawing one of the 6 Phantom Knights isn't the best, or isn't always possible with an Allure. I played 2 Twin Twister. I thought this was really great for the event, but I actually regret not siding or main decking the 3rd because I played 3 Demise decks and 2 Magispectors in Swiss. So and like the Magispectors I expected, and like that's no problem. But it's mainly the Demise decks because like I got 5 cards set on me so many times this weekend, and these would have been if I bumped Twin Twister up to 3, it would have been a lot easier. I played Rhoda and Foolish for engine cards, just self-explanatory there. For traps, I played 3 Strikes. This card's just really good in general. It's all right in the mirror match. It's all right against Blue Eyes, but it's all right against Blue Eyes going second. But going first, like it's always a good card to have. And I'm a fan of trap cards. I know a lot of people aren't, and I really enjoyed that. And I never really got Twin Twister this weekend, so that might have possibly been why. But and then I played 3 Fogblade. Wouldn't cut it. Wouldn't if I could play more I would. And then 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This isn't really standard from what I'm noticing, but it helped a lot playing against Magispectors. Helped a lot playing against Blue Eyes. Just decks that rely on spell cards to advance their game state. And then the best card of the format, Vanity's Emptiness. If you draw it, you're pretty much winning the game.
Why is this card not banned?
Card's insane, right?
I think it should be banned, honestly.
It should be. It's better than Oppression, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. For the extra deck, I play F-Zero.
Broken.
Yeah, this card's great. If I had the room, I'd fit a second in. It's really good in the mirror match. It's really good against Blue Eyes. It outs large boards and whatnot. I play Grand Pulse. This is really cool. Against one of the Demise decks, he main decked Rivalry, and I special summoned Terratop, special summoned Takatomborg, and then he Rivalried, and then I overlaid for this, popped the Rivalry, made combos with Phantom Knights, and just OTK'd him.
Wow. He was like, my rivalry sucked.
Exactly. I play one Levier. This is also kind of different from a lot of people's lists. I never, this entire weekend, wanted to go into a second. Or had the need to. I feel like if you have to go into a second, you're in a losing position, or you're just styling on someone. I play Nightmare Shark. It's really good in time, which I went into a lot, and going for game. Like 2,000 or 2,900 is a really like big margin to fall under. Like it's really easy to get him under 29, and if you just bar Nightmare Shark, it's game obviously.
Yeah.
I played the Bug combo.
Boozy Bugs.
Yeah. Boozy Bugs.
This card is just good by itself, and this card actually has other functions with Dante. So this by itself, if you get out Pilgrim from Beatrice and you pump up Pilgrim with Giga Brilliant, Blue Eyes has a hard time getting over a non-targetable 3100 attack monster that Farfos away their things and draws cards. It's just really good. And then this is the other reason for playing this is if you get cherries, you're down Dante and Beatrice and Pilgrim, so you have to have other things in the extra deck to go into, and this is probably the best. And then I played 2 Break Swords. A lot of the time this is just to bait out back row, and this one is to combo off and go for game with your rank 4 engine, which is a Rebellion, which is the standard rank 4 that everyone's really playing. It gets over a lot of things with Blue Eyes. It gets it's just it gets really large and attacks over a lot of things. And then the one that's not really standard that I play is Rhapsody. This card helped me out a lot. I used it in a mirror match once, and then I used it against Blue Eyes at least 3 or 4 times this weekend. It banishes the stones, which cuts off their resources from the graveyard, and so it helps out in the mid game. And then for the other cards, I play Beatrice and Pilgrim as the target. I didn't play Virgil because I also didn't main deck Rubik, and I felt like that was the only way I could justify it. And then I play Triple Dante, which is also falling out of standard because a lot of people are cutting the 3rd Dante because they deem it as unnecessary, and it's just another Dante to lose the cherries. But I made it a lot this weekend. I made 3, infinite number of times. And for the side deck, I played 1 Pendulum Hole. I was playing 2 in LA, and then I realized that I was not main decking or side decking Solemn Warning, which is all around just a better card. This is good against the Demise decks if you go first, because you can just like Solemn Warning. Like if it's Barrier Statues, you just Solemn Warning the Barrier Statue, and then they lose like all their Moon Mirror Shields and the Phantom Knight cards. Like they just lose their usability. And for Klee, like if they can't sacrifice the Klee, then they're pretty much open, and you have to play around Johnny Mirror Force, of course, but like just that little bit of damage always getting in helps. And then Pendulum Hole's just for going first against any Pendulum deck, really. I play Raigeki. This card's going great going second, no matter what deck you're playing against, as long as it's not Magic Specters, and it outs just big boards that you can't deal with. The 3rd Twin Twister for going second against anything with back row. 2 Book of Eclipse. When I was playing in LA, I was playing Flying Sea, which I found out you lose if they side deck Vanity's Fiend for the Flying Sea, and so Book of Eclipse is a great out for Floodgate monsters. It helps out big boards, same thing as Raigeki. And in the mirror match, if you Book of Eclipse like their first normal summon, like they just can't do anything else. and it stops them for the turn. Like the draw one doesn't really matter. I also played, or for the mirror match, I played 3 cherries. This card is just all around great. If you draw it, you're probably going to win. You know, wins games. And for that exact reason that I cut Flying Sea, I play 3 Vanity's Fiend. So a lot of the time, you're gonna have multiple Burning Abyss monsters, and if you want to play around Flying Sea, you special 2 BAs and the Flying Sea, you tribute for the Flying Sea, and if it's a deck like Blue Eyes or BA, like they can't out it unless they hard draw like a Cat Sith and Blue Eyes, because you can have a Fawn Sage. Shoutouts to Ed, by the way. And then I played 3 of the Sticky String Kaiju because for Blue Eyes, what I like to do a lot is just leave them with the Sticky String Kaiju, out the other monsters, and they can't attack over Beatrice or Dante with this card. So so they're left with a useless level 7 they can't really do anything with. And yeah, so
For sure, man. Any shout-outs you want to give?
yeah, I have a few. Shoutouts to the Nerd Herd, which is probably the best group chat in the world. They helped me out like getting cards and you know, adjusting the list a little bit. Shoutouts to Cody, who I believe is in top 16 right now. I hope he does well. He helped me with the side deck, you know, the Book of Eclipse and whatnot. Shoutouts to Henry from YBM for getting me cards that, you know, I just didn't have before the event. Shoutouts to Matthew Collins, who was playing, who was my round 10. Really interesting games, had fun. You know, probably my favorite match of the day or of the weekend. Shoutouts to Arya Salemi for letting me borrow like a mat in the deck box. And shoutouts to Alexis and Calvin just for being really good friends and helping me with playtesting and stuff.
For sure, man. Congrats on getting that top 32, man. And thanks for the deck profile.